You'll still pay. I guarantee this will be just as expensive as a regular 14900K. Oh yeah, that's the entire point. So Intel released a P-core only SKUs. It was like a 14901 EK or something. KE. What the hell was it? Intel. KE? 14901 KE? That's it. Yeah, it's on Intel's website. Yeah. This one. So when I looked at this earlier today, when I saw it, somebody pinged me on Twitter. I'll tell you why they did this. Oh, it's weird how did they take it down? What? Oh, here it is. Yeah, no, it's still there. So eight physical cores, 8 performance cores, 16 threads, so 8P hyper threading, right? No efficient cores, 0. Which is fantastic. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna buy one of these and test it when I can, even though it's not any different than what we do. But what I'm hoping this solves is the E-core scheduler problem. So when you launch Spider-Man is the first game that comes to mind. When you launch Spider-Man in Windows 11 with a 14900K, it detects what CPU you have. So it knows you have a 14900K, and then it looks for the E-cores for some reason. And if you have the E-cores disabled, your 1% lows go to complete shit. Now, I don't know why. And then you re-enable the E-cores and it works fine. If you install Windows 10 with the E-cores disabled before you install Windows, then all those problems go away. So that was the workaround that we had in the Discord there for a long time. Disable all your E-cores, then install a fresh Windows 10, and then you're good for everything, right? Now, again, all workarounds are in the Discord. If you're in the public, I don't care about you. Now, what I'm hoping this thing does is, let's say you launch Spider-Man in Windows 11 with this CPU. Well, I don't know what company makes Spider-Man. Is it Insomniac? Oh, okay, Insomniac, yeah. So Insomniac has their database of CPUs and like their whitelists or whatever. Now, if they include this CPU into that whitelist and it says this CPU doesn't have any E-cores, don't look for them, then that might solve all of our fucking problems with the scheduling and all that shit, and which Windows to install at what time, and the CPU thread count and all that shit. This might be the goated gaming CPU now with no FAFO. Fucking, it's about time, right? Now, the first thing I wanted to check was the L3 cache, and it's the same. So the cache from the E-cores is still available to all the P-cores, which is a good thing. That means they didn't shave anything off, right? Now, why I think they released this? The simplest answer is same reason they released KF, the F SKUs for the iGPU disable. So these CPUs probably have P-cores that meet the minimum spec, but they might have dog shit E-cores, and they can probably make more money just shaving off the E-cores and selling it as an 8-core P-core CPU, rather than binning it down to a 13700 or a 13600. That's my thoughts anyway. That's the simplest answer. It's like there's some defective fucking E-core in there and they couldn't sell it at a higher rate. Simple as that. No, it has nothing to do with the boosting algorithms, because it's still 5.8. So that's not That's not, I don't think it's related. So this 5.8 is the same as, it's in between a 14900K and a 14900KS. So you already know this thing is going to shove like 1.5 volts into that fucking thing, right? So Intel didn't learn their lesson with this one. That's not what it's for, right? It's just E-cores cause way too many fucking problems. So we should be excited about this. Now, this is not the same thing as that rumor that came out where Intel was planning a 10P core and a 12P core. That's a separate architecture. This thing is just this thing is literally a 14900K with the half the die fused off. Not fused off, sorry, disabled, right? It's not a new architecture or anything. It's this was a separate, like that Barter Lake 12P core thing. That's going to be a whole separate architecture, right? So we don't know what the IPC or the clock speeds or the node even that one's going to be on. This is like a not a refresh. This is just what do you call it? It's just like instead of throwing them in the garbage, they can resell them as this. That's what that is. Right? So it's good. I think it's good for all of us. Now I'll test it when I get it. I'll test the whole E-core scheduling thing, and if you can throw this CPU into Windows 11 and it just works, hey, then we're fucking chilling. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I would rock this one instead then too, right? Even though I have my workaround and I'm fine, I'd still probably rock this one just so I know forever it just works, no FAFO, right? That'd be fucking sick. I don't think they'll give us more P-cores on this architecture, because that would involve like new SKUs. Like this is like that would involve like new packaging and like new shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It would have to be like a 14995K or something like that, and they wouldn't be able to sell those to like Dell and HP and Lenovo and all that shit, and like server farms. They wouldn't be able to sell those to those people because it's a whole different SKU, right? This is just like, hey, we have a whole bunch of chips that we can't sell and that are garbage. Let's fuse it off and sell them, kind of thing, right? Same with the KFs. At least we aren't paying for things to turn off. You'll still pay. I guarantee this will be just as expensive as a regular 14900K. Oh yeah, that's the entire point. It'll cost just as much, except you just won't get any. You're paying for the no FAFO. Yeah, it seems kind of weird, really. Just kind of like how the KF is the same price as the K. It's like $20 cheaper, right? That's why they sold that shit. This is the exact same shit, right? Now, there might be a problem for resale value because the CPU itself has less functionality. Like you couldn't resell this one to a workstation guy, right? Yeah, now I'm having second thoughts a little bit. You might still just be better off buying the normal one, disabling the E-cores, and installing Windows 10. And that would be okay. Yeah, we'll see. Let me get my hands on it. I'll test it. We need a 14900 KFC, man.